And we're off. We're here. We're ready on a Saturday, because it's Saturday night. On a Thursday night. How is everybody doing? Hopefully we get a lot of people in here. And I didn't even say she was going to be here with me today. So that's a whoops. That is a surprise. We weren't sure whether or not she was going to be with us today. So very, very excited. Yep, we are live. I know we're live because I just heard it. So there we are. Whew. Yes, we are here.
Hi, Kevin.
We've had quite a few people in here already chatting, and that's very cool. I mean, this is what you hope for when you do these kind of things. Hopefully, we get a little bit more in here tonight, since it's the only opportunity people will have to watch a stream from us, since we're only doing these on Thursday nights now. So, I'm only doing it. You're going to be on here every once in a while. So
Sometimes.
I think today, I don't really have a huge plan for today. There's something she wants me to talk about, but I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. Today is all about you. Today is all about the people watching. But there is something that has to be addressed before we do anything, and that is what's going on behind you. You're not letting anybody actually see what it is. Are you going to move? We don't want her to move. It should be more me moving, but you going to let people see what's going on back there?
Well, I don't really want to show it yet, but my tank is pretty much done. I'm still trying to get it a little bit cleared up, but it's getting there. And I put 5 of my 16 discus in there, and I have some koi cats, and it seems to be working out. It's doing fairly well. I get in there and I mess with it like every day, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'm excited. Hopefully I can get some videos out of it soon. But
yeah, they will be coming soon, and that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight is our schedule. Mine is concrete. Not 100% sure on hers yet, and we were kind of supposed to talk about that before we went live on YouTube.
yeah.
But the story behind this tank is interesting. If you don't know the story yet, she won this tank at the Aquatic Experience. We brought it home, set it up the following weekend, was it?
No, we set it up immediately, but the cycling process, right? Wasn't like a few days later we brought it in, we set it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was that first weekend, but
Yeah.
she scaped it very soon after we got it, and it just, the aquascape looked great, but the tank itself looked like trash because I guess just so much work in there, everything going on in there with all of the substrate and all of the plants and everything going on. The water was super cloudy. I consulted my friend Joel, who's with us here today. He gave me a couple of ideas, and I wasn't able to jump on it right away because it was during the week and I worked too many hours and all of that kind of crap. But then that weekend, I took the filter completely apart, replaced all of the sponges and all of the everything in there, and it cleared up within like 10 hours. It was crystal clear. After we did a huge water change too, and it cleared up. It looked fantastic, and then she started working in it again and messed it all up again.
Well, the plants I started off with, not all of them lived. Some of them did die off a little bit, so I had to take those out, and I added some little grasses, and it's turning out really nice. And the 5 discus I have in there are happy. They're doing really well. I didn't want to stick all 16 in at one time, so I figured I'll put 5 in. Let's make sure everything's okay. Keep water changing the little tank, and then go ahead and add the other 5 this weekend after I do another water change. I've been doing about 10% a day in this one just to try to get the water to be cleared up, but it's doing good. The fish are happy too, so.
Yeah, so we've already had a couple of people commenting on this tank and people asking questions. First of all, folks, I love this woman to death, but I wouldn't take advice from her on keeping plants, nor would I take advice from me on keeping plants. Somebody asked, what should I do if my Amazon swords keep dying, but everything else is fine? Amazon swords are one of those fish, because they're fish, one of those plants that we haven't had a problem with. So, I would imagine it would be a light issue or maybe a lack of fertilizer or the wrong substrate. I don't know. We are not people to consult about keeping plants. This is brand new to us. I know you're sitting here looking at 2 planted aquariums. First of all, we didn't plant that one. I can never point to these tanks. And this is kind of an experimental thing, which we've had our share of struggles with already as far as the plants go. But then Kevin Green, he's not being a rascal today. He's asking a real question. Are you using Easy Green? Yes. And it's right there. You can see it. It's right there. See it? Right there. Of course I am, because I used that back at the other house, and it worked great. I mean, it was wonderful. So, yeah, we're going to stick with that. And we do not have CO2 in there. I tried putting it on there, and it ran out real fast. It was just a little teeny CO2 tank. So, yeah, there you go. But we are definitely not people to ask about plants. You can ask which ones we like and which ones we don't like, but to ask us how to keep plants would be a huge mistake. A couple of years from now, maybe, but right now, not really.
Yeah, it's a bug.
What temperature are we keeping the Discus? 84 is what we have it at right now. Let's see. Let's just keep on going. Swords. Why did I say swords? What am I, hot rod or something? Need nutrients through their roots. Okay, see?
Right.
We're learning here. That's the good thing about
their
us.
nutrients too are coming from the fish pooping, and the poop's going down there, and it's fertilizing. It's a cycle.
There
I
you
know
go.
that much.
The circle of life, holding Simba up to the sun. Jeff Rose is saying, what's up to everyone? I don't know if Jeff Rose saw my stream on Sunday where I talked about how I was very sad that I wasn't able to bring people to his live stream when he was trying to get over that 1,500 subscriber mark. It was a huge hit to my ego. My ego took another huge hit today. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But anyway, yeah, glad to have him here. Joel G. New Zealand is here. I can't read everybody's name. Somebody did say, "Will you read this?" Where did that go? I wanted to say that because yeah, I'll read it. I don't remember who it was, but somebody said, "Will you read this?" Well, there you go. I just read it, so you got your wish. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I got to do this. I got to welcome. Oh, daggone it, it's gone. Nope. Got to welcome a new member. Fun with Fish joined between Sunday's stream and today. So very excited about that. I guess we ought to talk about Thanksgiving too, because we're supposed to stream on Thanksgiving Day. That's probably not going to happen.
I'll be cooking.
We're going to have to figure something out. I don't know. I have to keep you all posted on that. I'm not 100%
8
sure.
at night.
I mean, who would watch that?
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll have to see. I mean, I plan on being extremely full and very lazy and almost comatose that day is what I plan on.
Yeah.
So, Corey is streaming for 4 hours on Thanksgiving. Well, there you go.
Wow.
You know, leave it to Corey.
Nobody's gonna watch us. They're gonna watch Corey.
Why would anybody watch us when they can watch Corey? I get so jealous when I watch Corey. Last night I got on there, he had like 890 people watching. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, I understand Corey's the man, but wow, I was like, man, that's sad. But I love everybody that watches mine.
Yeah,
of course I do.
Definitely. We appreciate you all.
Ours, not mine. Okay, somebody, Aquarium Geek 915 is working that day. Well, that sucks. That's a shame. I mean, I've been there. I used to have jobs where I had to do that.
When I worked at the hospital, I had to do it.
Dylan's Little Hobbies on YouTube says, I will watch give turkey to your fish. No way, that's going all in my belly, not to the fish. Corey had a great rant session. He did. I'm not going to have one. What's Corey's YouTube name? Are you really asking that? It's Aquarium Co-op. Everybody's talking about Aquarium Co-op. And I should talk about Aquarium Co-op real quick too, because folks, there is a link in the description down below to the Aquarium Co-op website. They're doing Black Friday sales all month long, not just on Black Friday. So go over there, check it out. They're doing huge discounts right now. I don't know when it changes, but right now they're doing 20% off all Aquarium Co-op merch, which would include the Easy Green. So if it's labeled Aquarium Co-op brand, then they're doing 20% off on that. So you can't lose. And if you click that link down below, it actually is an affiliate link. You don't even know about that. So yeah, there you go. You'd be supporting a YouTuber while supporting another YouTuber at the same time. It ends tonight, according to Corey. Really? Candy. So very cool. Check that out. And it ends tonight, but tomorrow there will be something else. There will be a new sale tomorrow through next Friday. So, okay, let's see. I have to rewatch Corey's replay, see the rantage. Yeah, it wasn't like big YouTube drama or anything like that. It was more, ranting about cool stuff. Go watch it. It was fun. I don't even remember what he was ranting about, but Corey could talk about the way the way paint dries, and I would be entertained by it. That's just Corey's nature. So, hey guys, just started the hobby. There's a girl here. We're not both guys. Come on now.
It's okay.
I love breaking people's balls about that. Just started the hobby cycling. My first tank been a month and a half. Got 0 ammonia and 5.0 ppm nitrite. That won't go down. Help. It's not done cycling yet, Gab Roy. Let it do its thing. There's no help needed. The nature needs to take its course. So don't panic. Don't start going and cleaning everything out and going crazy and, oh my God, I got to clean my filter. I got to clean the tank. I got to use bleach. No, don't do that. Relax. Let it go. And you'll get there. Just relax. That's all you have to do. Filtration tomorrow. Okay. Corey is doing filtration.
Very nice.
So, hello, awesome fish keepers. Hashtag lurkers united. Hit that like button. Survey says it feels a-okay. You gotta love Nisi. I mean, come on.
She's so sweet.
What would we do without people like Nisi and Candy Overhauls and Kevin Green? Yeah, Kevin Green. As long as he's not causing trouble. I've seen you this week, Kevin, causing all kinds of trouble in the in the YouTube world. I've seen you. I've been watching you. Guess what, John? I finally got Shelly's fish. Nice. Awesome. I love those. They're cute. They're little. Caleb is with us and he's frowning.
Hey,
why is he frowning? Why would you frown? It's not like you said something and we missed it.
Yeah, I think he did. Actually, you were talking and I didn't get to say hi.
Well, you should just interrupt me. You do that any other time. I don't see it. I'm
okay.
scrolling back.
I saw it.
Oh, he said hi, John and Lisa. You're right. Hey, Caleb. Tank's been running 9 months plus, but it smells like rotten eggs. Snail only tank, gravel substrate. I think it's hydrogen sulfide. What do I do to fix? Ooh. I'm old school. I have always used carbon for stuff like that. But I don't. I mean, snails. Is carbon bad for snails? I don't think it is. I mean, if it's a heavily planted tank, the carbon would not be the best. But that's hard for me. Wow, I know very little about the aquarium hobby. I really do. I don't know a whole lot. I know how to not run a fish store. Gab Roy was getting kind of worried. Keep the great content going. We're going to try. It's getting harder and harder every day, but we're going to try. But yes, just don't panic. It's all good. You're going to be fine. Is that a new tank on your right, John? That one? Yeah, that's new. It's actually been there for like 3 weeks, but the light's been turned off, so you haven't really noticed it. Unless you're talking about that one. That's also a new tank, but we got it at the same time as we got that one. And I just haven't done anything with it yet. There's no reason for it. I just haven't. So I will eventually. And I might do a video on it. But the thing is, I did a video with Chris Lukop and nobody watched it. So it's like, maybe people don't like if I talk about aquascaping. I don't know. I don't blame them because it's not like I know what I'm doing.
We don't know a whole lot about aquascaping. It's more of an experience. We're sharing with you our experience.
And it's fun. I mean, it's fun to do it.
And failing and learning and hopefully succeeding. So I see, who is it? Joshua Keck just bought some OB peacocks from Live Fish Direct for my 75-gallon. You can't go wrong with OB peacocks from Josh. He sells the best OB peacocks. We got hundreds of OB peacocks from him when we had the fish store, and they were probably one of our best sellers. They were freaking gorgeous.
We even did the giveaway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if you look at our channel, you got to scroll way back. I actually did a video talking about the giveaway we were doing. I don't know what it was. It was like buy 2 fish, get a free OB or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And I did a video of a 75-gallon tank that had like 40 of them in there, and they were incredible. It's a beautiful, beautiful tank.
I think we might even have it on the Instagram page still, the KG Tropicals one.
It might be. Got home from work and had baby red cabor? Guppies. Great day. I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure, but that's awesome. There was somebody else I saw before the stream even started. Somebody said, I left for work and I had 11 guppies or something, and then I came home from work and I had 21. So I'm like, that's a good day. Yeah, that's awesome. Do you are an overview video of you opening your fish store to closing it from start to finish? I want to open my own store, but I want an inside view. I've watched Corey's vids, but need some more, I think is what he meant, or she meant. We've got a lot of videos from the store. The thing is, when we started the store, YouTube really wasn't a thing for us. I mean, YouTube was a way for us to show our fish and then embed the videos on our website. That's really all we cared about.
Like advertisement, that's it.
Right. And I had done a couple of videos. I think I might have even started the series on breeding African cichlids, but it wasn't one of those things like I am now where it's like, if we're going to the fish store, I better take my camera. You know, it's a totally different thing now. But back then it wasn't even a thought. So we didn't take a whole lot of videos. I mean, there's 2 years worth of videos from the shop. And you can tell because there's tanks everywhere. If it's a video from there. But there was never any like, here's what we did to open it, here's what we did when we closed it. There was never anything like that. When we closed it, it was kind of a depressing thing that we didn't really want to talk about. So so there you go. But we never really did any videos like that, and I regret it now. I mean, look how good Corey's done with that. But you know, again, YouTube was not a thing for us then. It was just a way to show our fish.
Well, I think you did do a video of opening the store up, showing the store off before we did anything, and then actually showing as we went along with putting the racks and the tanks in there.
I might have.
You did
I don't know.
something like that in the very beginning.
Yeah, I'm not. We're talking. That was a long time ago. That was 2013.
12 or 13. I don't know.
See, we don't even know when it was. So yeah, go way back on our channel. You can see when we were opening it up. I don't remember the videos that I did opening it up, but there's some there. You'll have to see. Let me know how it goes out, because I don't even know what there are in there. So I bought a fish from the assorted peacocks tank, and the fish has become a monster. I don't know if I can send a picture. I think it's a red devil or a Midas. Oh, well, no, you can't send a picture in the chat of a live stream. I wonder if YouTube will ever make that a thing. I don't know. That'd be really cool if you could. But yeah, that's weird. That had to be a store that didn't know what they had. It's one thing to get a bicolor mixed up with a regal blue or something like that, but to get a peacock mixed up with a red devil, that's that's getting a catfish mixed up with an Oscar. I mean, that just doesn't happen. So
Right.
yeah, apparently somebody in that store you were shopping at didn't know what they were doing. And they don't look the same when they're babies either. So weird. Scott Harvey asks, "You don't sell fish anymore?" Nope, we haven't sold any fish since 2015. Sold any fish since 2015, and it's surprising how many emails I get of people I want to order fish, but I don't know where to get them from. You know, where are you doing any sales? Do you have this or do you have that? Do you have any promo codes? And I'm like, we've been closed for 3 years, dude. But it's kind of depressing to get those, to be honest. Okay.
It's funny because you're looking at that side, at the comments. I'm looking at this side, so we're like, yeah.
But see, that one goes faster. So this one I can actually control. That one I can't control. And what she's talking about, folks, we are looking at exactly what you're seeing. We've got that on the screen. And then I've actually got the YouTube chat box popped out and next to it. So the chat is actually in 2 different spots on my screen.
That's why I keep looking over here.
Scott Harvey loves Imbunas. Any recommendations on who to buy from? Got a couple. Mm-hmm. You want to take that or you want me to take it?
I mean,
you give one, I give one.
Josh, Live Fish Direct. He's got good Imbunas. I'm not really into who's selling what right now as far as African cichlids goes.
We cannot forget about our friend in Arizona.
Yes, the cichlid shack. But I thought he did mostly peacocks and haps.
He's got Imbunas on there.
He does have Imbunas?
Yep.
Okay.
He's got all kinds of stuff in there. He's expanded quite a bit.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, I was actually talking to him about ordering some fish from him soon. And then somebody else hit me up, and anyway, who cares? But we'll have to see. But I plan on getting some fish from the cichlid shack. I've gotten a ton of fish from Live Fish Direct. Love that place. I love what they do. I love how they do it. Live Fish Direct does not... They bring in fish occasionally, but they breed and sell mostly their own fish. So when you buy something from them, most of the fish that are on there are born and raised by them in their farm, and so that I like that. But yeah, we love Cichlid Shack, and I mean I've never ordered from Imperial Tropicals, but I'm a fan of them. I love their videos. I love what they're doing out there, and I would definitely order from them.
I'm not familiar with them, so I can't give a.
We had a conversation with the owner, but anyway, not a conversation, but a very brief thing. The guy with the big beard and the baseball flat brim hat.
You talked to him, not me.
Well, but you were right there anyway. Okay, let me see.
But the interesting thing about James Largo is he ordered so many of his breeders from us. Mm-hmm. So if we were to get some certain fish, Lethrinops or,
Ethels.
Yes.
Luandas, maybe? I don't know. He bought a lot of breeding
German
groups from
Reds,
us.
Sunshine Bengals. He got them all. It would almost be like we were getting our great grandbabies back.
That would be funny. And I would do it in a heartbeat because he's got some good stuff. I watched your video with Chris Lukup, Aquascaping the beta tank. I loved every minute of it. Yeah, I thought that video was great. I loved it. It was so much fun. It was so much fun filming somebody else and not me. And I was really proud of that video, not only because it had a guy in there that I admire and that I'm proud to call a friend, but it also is something that I own, that I'm very proud of. That this one, I don't know why I keep referring to you as one. This one, that thing, spent an hour when I got home today from work. I got home 6:30. She was sitting there working on that tank and just worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. Those little tanks are hard to take care of. I don't care what anybody says.
But I got a tip from Mike from AquaPros, and I watched his video, and he was showing the tank from a few weeks ago and then what it looked like now and how messy it had got. So I got a little advice from him from his video, and I did the same thing, cleaning it, and it worked.
She was busy cleaning that thing out, and it's just amazing in those little tanks that are heavily planted like that, how much debris is floating around those tanks. It's just shocking. And you notice this tank up here is now empty. There's a fish in it, but it's empty. I took that bonsai tree out of it. That thing was just trouble. It was giving me trouble. It's beautiful and it looks so cool, but it was just getting all this junk growing on it. And so I took it off, and we'll see if I do something else with that. But yeah, I gotta aquascape that tank, and then this one if you ever stop using it. And then who knows? I mean, I'm getting into this. I enjoy it. I enjoy the aquascaping part of it, but I think that for me with my tanks, I'm going to do the plants that are very, very easy because some of those are hard. They're tough.
Well, when I get my 125 going, I just want a bare bones tank with no plants in it for my discus, because I think what I'm going to do with the planet one is just put a bunch of neon tetras on it. So.
Yeah, and I loved when she said that to me. Of course, I had that idea months ago, which didn't count. And then when it becomes her idea, then it's good. But I was so happy to hear that. I just go crazy with the neons or the cardinals. Just a ton of them in there. Love that. Awesome. Beautiful. I've asked in 4 live streams, and you're the first answer. Well, you're welcome. Did we answer your question, Rob Myers? Oh, no. Susan did.
Oh,
sorry.
you, Susan.
Let me see if I can scroll back here and find you. Because I can't. The thing just skips all over the place, and it drives me nuts. And I can't keep up with the one that y'all see because it just moves too fast. Okay, let me see if I can get to the next one here. Do you ever think you'll venture back into saltwater again? Yeah. Yeah, I do. But I don't know if I'm going to do it in this office. I mean, yeah, I loved it. Here's what I think I will say about that, though. I don't think I will do a reef. Just because I just don't think I have the ability to keep up with a reef. I know everybody that I've talked to that has a reef, they say, well, once it's established, it's easy. But for me, I could never keep anything in there. But I love saltwater fish, so I could definitely see myself doing a good size fish only saltwater tank. Absolutely. I could see doing that if she would let me. So what I have to do is I have to suggest that, and then several months down the road, she will come to me and say, you know, a saltwater tank would be really cool, and then I can do it.
Well, I told you the neighbor called me and asked me if we wanted hers a couple days ago, so.
And we said, not right now.
Yeah.
But that tank was actually given to them by somebody that didn't want it anymore, and they're taking care of it, and so they want to get rid of it and give it to us. But I don't know anything about it. I don't know what size it is or anything. Alan Wilson misses all of our store videos. You know, those were the most watched videos on our channel for a very long time, the walkthroughs that I would do. I never quite grasped how impactful those videos were. But then again, we would get fish in on a Friday. I would do the walkthrough video, and then by like Monday, we would need more fish again because a lot of people would order after seeing those. So, yeah, I miss doing those too. I do miss the shop. I miss the whole thing about it. There's not a day that goes by that I don't miss it, but you know, it is what it is. I would say buy from Wet Spot. They tend to sell good sized groups, and they're so good at getting lots of different variety. Cool. There you go. And I'm sorry, Rob Myers. I don't recall your question, but hopefully you can understand. Hopefully you can see what's going on in this chat, and you can see that it's very difficult for us to keep up with it. I'm already probably half behind, like half the stream behind, 15 minutes or so. Why did you actually close your store? Everybody's asking it. Waiting for you to ship to Canada. We closed it just because it just didn't work. I mean, I don't need to go into any more explanation than that. It just didn't work. We didn't know what we were doing. We made mistakes. We shouldn't have done it to begin with. We didn't have enough money to keep it afloat, and there you go.
Yep.
I almost bought a Discus. It's currently 12:30 p.m. Friday, Australia. He was 3 inches, $80, red and white. Been there for weeks. Looks healthy. I don't know what $80 in Australian money translates to in U.S. money, but a 3-inch red and white, I mean, there's quite a few that are red and white. Sounds like a pretty good deal. I mean, maybe a little on the expensive side, but who knows about the exchange rate there. I mean, $80 here would be, they're probably usually about $50, 3 inches, right?
I got 16 discus for $100, so
Well, they probably weren't the quality of what this gentleman
They
is
were
talking
about
about.
that big.
I mean, they haven't grown a whole lot since we've had them. A couple of them have.
Yeah. They look good.
If he's been there for 3 weeks, why? I mean, been there for weeks, why? Well, how come nobody else is buying them? Because that makes the decision a whole lot easier for you. If somebody else buys it, then it's no longer a problem. My favorite thing to do is watch the Cichlid Shack walkthroughs. Yep. Wonder where he got that idea. James is a great guy. I love that guy. I'm just breaking balls here, which has gotten me in trouble in the past. Anyway, has to do with what she wants me to talk about tonight. I keep hinting about that. Somebody's going to ask eventually. Uh-oh, it skipped again on me. See? This is so frustrating. Why do I do the YouTubes? Why? I have about 40 Ethylwania in my fish room. My favorite peacock. They are amazing. Love them. They were my favorite for a long time. And still one of my favorites. Love them. Hard to find. Cichlid Shack has them. River Life is with us here tonight. So he didn't say this. Melissa Roberts said this. So my Oscars always seem very hungry. What do I do for that? Get used to it. Because they're Oscars.
Always be hungry. Always.
But understand, the more you feed, the more that fish poops. The more that fish poops, the more work you have to do. They might act hungry. Don't buy it. I mean, that's one of the easiest ways to kill your fish is to walk past the tank and it looks hungry, so you feed it every time. It's actually does more harm than good. I should have turned that light off. That's turning you yellow. I didn't even realize that. So yeah, African cichlids do the exact same thing. See what kind of a difference that makes. See, now you're white instead of Donald Trump orange. That's beautiful. So yeah, don't fall for that stuff with the Oscar.
Mike Howe, fish tanks. Hey, what fish would you put in your fish-only saltwater tank? John. Thank you for that super chat.
Yes, thank you, Mike. I would have gotten to that eventually. The answer is going to seem like I'm copying somebody that has done this. Fish store in Woodbridge, Virginia. I went to the back of the store. They had 2 150-gallon tanks. One of them had a silver arowana. The other had a lionfish about that big. And that's what got me interested in fish keeping. So, I've never had a lionfish. The biggest saltwater tank I've ever had is 24 gallons. You're not going to put one in that tank. So, it would be, it would be that. And it would be like a 150-gallon tank with the lionfish in it. I would love, love, love that so much. And he actually asked that before he gave the super chat. So he asked this question and he was like, you know what? That bald guy is not paying attention to me. So I'm going to give him money and then he'll pay attention to me. Thank you for the support there, Mike. Appreciate that.
We have a new member.
We do. See, you're skipping forward here so far. JC's Fish and Shrimp. Gotta love that name. I bet that person's into shrimp. Mm-hmm. So thank you for becoming a new member and welcome to the KG team. Super happy to have you. We're close to the 50 mark now of members. And we're going to have to do a talk here soon with the members about the next members only live stream. That was so very much fun. We did that last week, a week ago tomorrow, and it was a blast. What are you talking about? You weren't on it.
I was on it. I had to actually become a member to comment.
Yeah, she became a member of our channel. How about that?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Loaves and Fishes has been lurking doing water changes. A lot of people do that, and I think that's smart. You put something like this on, and you do your water changes, or you can be like Jeff Rose and go live on YouTube and say, you know what, y'all? I'm going to do my water changes while I'm live.
But
and
you have to watch that hose.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Who would have thought that anybody would actually watch that? I mean, but they do, and it's cool. I did one of those a long time ago in the basement of the other house, and it was like, hey, I'm going to do some water changes, so let's talk, and it was a lot of fun. And there's been a lot of people that have watched it, so I see that it's a good idea. Do you guys know anything about Nope. Don't know anything about that. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about those algae eaters. I'm sorry. So I want to breed my female blood parrot cichlid. Can I breed her with any severum, or does it have to be a gold severum? Aren't they all sterile? Or is it just the males? I don't think you can breed them.
I have
Blood parrots.
I honestly have no idea.
I feel confident in my answer here that they are not breedable. They are all sterile. I could absolutely be wrong, but, check into that. It might be just the males are sterile, but I don't know. I mean, they're a hybrid fish, so I think they're all sterile. I think they are.
I've honestly never heard anything about that before.
Yeah, to my knowledge, the only way you get them is by breeding the two fish together that make them, which is the gold severum and the is it red devil? Red devil and gold severum? That's what makes those two?
But why wouldn't they be able to breed?
I don't know. The hybrid process makes them
You
sterile.
might want to check into that, because I would want to know for sure.
How dare you question me on a live stream? No, I mean, and I can definitely be wrong. I'm pretty confident about the males, but I don't know. See, Travis was told the males are the only ones sterile. That could absolutely be true, but I don't know for certain. It's about that time again. We'll be listening on the drive home. Have a great chat, awesome fish keepers. Unless you forgot to hit the like button, then you should get earplugs. Love that again with Nisi. John, you still on your weight loss journey? Oh, this is one of those situations where you wish you had read it before you actually said it out loud. No, I'm not. And it's not for any reason other than I'm just not. And shame on me. She still is, and she's doing great. Me, I'm not. And the only thing I'm going to say is the thing that I hate hearing other people say, which is, I work like 70 hours a week. I don't get home till late, and I got this YouTube thing again now, and I've got these tanks now, and no. But I need to, for sure, because I feel so old, and it's so depressing.
Anyways, let's talk about fish.
Loved the favorite fish videos from the shop. Got me a buconodo that you were crazy about back then. Yeah, still crazy about that fish now. Love those. In fact, we saw those last week, 2 weekends ago, when we went and got the peacocks from our friend down in Richmond, and he had them in there real small, and I was tempted, but not for a 75-gallon tank. If we end up making one of the 125s an African tank, I'll consider getting one of those. Maybe do a peacock and hap tank, but I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. It depends on if she lets me have one of those. She's already said that she's going to take one for Discus. So she's going to have the 75 here for Discus.
No.
And
Neons, remember? Neons. And then I get another 75 from my other Discus, and then a 125 because I plan on going and getting more Discus. But this man has a 125 and a 240, so do the math. Right? It's fair is fair.
Yeah, this is my life. So it depends on the tanks that I am allowed to have. And if I have one of the 125s, then maybe I'll do a peacock and half tank.
Put in for a drawing and win your own tank.
Yeah.
Or buy one.
Oh, you like the ones I bought that you're going to be using? So maybe I ought to plant the idea in your head that I should get another 125, and then I'll be able to get another one. I planted an idea in her head last night. Do I want to... That sounded really weird, but do I want to say that, what I said to you last night about the fish that I think would be cool to do? I probably shouldn't say it, should I?
Not yet.
No. We have decided the 240 is going to be Oscars. If you have not seen that, it's going to be Oscars. And I'm leaning right now towards lemons. 4 lemons.
4? No.
Yes,
No,
that's
no,
what
no,
I'm
no,
thinking.
no.
It's my tank. You leave me alone. I'm thinking
Let's have
4
variety.
4
here.
lemon Oscars in the 240. That's my idea right now. I don't know. They're hard to find. We'll have to see. The 125, I pitched an idea to her yesterday, but I'm going to wait until it becomes her idea, and then it'll be reality. But that's the only tank I have control over right now is the 240. She's taking this one. She's already got that one. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have all the nanos. We'll have to see.
We can share.
What do you tell someone that think filter cartridges do not need to be changed once a month? Okay, here's the deal. I've had tanks go over a month without changing the filter cartridges, but the intent was always to do that. It's one of those things where and I'm not the only one that's ever made this mistake. All of you have made this.
He's just being honest about his mistake.
Being brutally honest here. If the tank is okay and the fish are happy and the water is clear and everything's going according to plan, it's very easy to not change that filter cartridge once the 1 month mark is up. It's easy to do that, but you should. You absolutely should. And so somebody who says that you don't need to is probably somebody that you should not take advice from. Period.
Isn't that kind of what you just did?
No, I said I've made that mistake before. I didn't say I practice that regularly.
Okay. I just want to make sure
you're
you're being
so
clear.
mean.
No, I want you to be clear.
I have had enough mean things said about me today. I don't need more from you.
I'm sorry.
It's been a rough day, folks. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do with this woman? What do you guys do now?
Oh.
Well, I never stopped. I have a furniture repair business that I've had since 2004. And I backed off of it when we had our shop, and now I've backed back onto it, which I went back full time with it in 2015. But yeah, that's what I do. And she does a lot more than I do. So there you go. I mean, she helps with the business. She goes out and does work for the business. She has another part-time business, which you don't want to talk about yet. She has this. She has the kids. She has the house. She has a lot of stuff. So she runs around more than I do. I got the easy part. I just get to go ride around in my van all day and go to people's houses and fix furniture. So.
And if I don't want him to come home early, I just give him a lot more work.
Yeah. But she ain't kidding either. She's telling you the truth. Potato says you could always. I love the name Potato. I've always wanted him to be a subscriber, and now he finally is. Him. Yay. I hope it's a him. You could always do a small front end store and ship out the back. I'm sure you have a big enough following that YouTube wouldn't drown this time around. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I think that it would absolutely work if we had the money to start it up. I don't think that Corey would have a problem with me saying this because I've seen him say it on about 100 different videos. Corey had an investor help him out to get his store started. He didn't start it completely on his own. He probably could have because Corey's a genius, but he had somebody front him some money to get that started up, and it was a lot. And look how well it worked out for him. That's kind of what we should have done when we had our store. We did not do that, and so we never had enough money. And so that's what shut it down. If we had the money, which we don't, to start something like that, I have no doubt that it would work. But it wouldn't be a storefront. We've both said if we ever did anything like that again, it would be exclusively online, and there would not be, you would never know where it is. It would be in a warehouse somewhere that would be closed to the public, not because we don't like people, but just because that's a whole new thing. And it would be exclusively online. So, and I agree. I think we could do well at it, but it's just not in the cards. It's just not going to happen.
So funny. We had this conversation like 2 weeks ago. We talked about it. I was like, I've learned from the mistakes we made. Maybe we could just get one, like a small store and just be open on the weekends or something. And then we were like, no.
Nope.
The idea went right out the door very quickly.
Dylan's Little Fish Hobbies on YouTube stopped his weight loss program for the holidays. And that's my excuse too. That's it. I'm new. What her name? This one? You're just going to have to watch and figure that out on your own. John, what shampoo do you use? Whatever body wash she buys me is what I use. Everybody, that's like 5 streams in a row. People have had comments either on my head or on my graying goatee. I wonder if Jason Adams gets these comments all the time, or Michael's Fish Room. I wonder if they get these mean comments about being bald. I don't use shampoo. I use the body wash, and I go like this, and it's fine. Okay. I got duped and bought a pack of 6 Discus. You know what I mean? I got duped and bought a pack of sick Discus and electric blue rams. They're all in quarantine. With Metro, lost 3 Discus and 1 ram so far. This started a week and a half ago. Now, how do I make my main tank safe? Well, first you would want to make sure they're not sick anymore before you put them in your main tank. Or are they in your main tank? You said they're in quarantine. I would keep doing what you're doing until those fish are well, until you're confident that they're. Why am I answering this? It's a Discus question. You should have answered it, but that's just what I do. I take over.
Just keep them in that quarantine tank and keep taking care of them and water changing. Medicate them, water change. Don't put them in your main tank at all till you feel, like he said, confident that they're not sick anymore. And even then, I would still wait a little while just to be on the safe side, because that's really sad. I'm sorry to hear about your fish.
The dude aquariums, he said, you know what? I like these people, and I want to put $1.99 in their pocket.
Thank you.
Not for any reason other than just, I don't have anything to say. I'm just going to put money in their pocket. Thank you. The Dude Aquariums. That's a cool name. I think everybody's expected me to say that now. That's a cool name because I've been doing that. But it's true. When I see a cool name, I'm going to say that's a cool name. The Dude Aquariums. I automatically think of The Big Lebowski. Who wouldn't think of The Big Lebowski? You're too far ahead. You're confusing me because we're going back and forth. So apparently you just threw something in my face. It's nothing new. That happens a lot.
Like me?
Yeah, he said, dang, she just threw that in your face.
Oh.
And who knows what it was. You've thrown a lot of things in my face tonight. That's just been happening to me all day. I had multiple tank syndrome. I cured it with 1 big tank because I spent all my money on it. That's good. That's a good way to do it. And you know what? When I started back on YouTube, go back 2 months. That's all. That's as far back as you have to go. You come back. When I came back, I said I was only going to have 1 tank, and it didn't work.
And now I have 1 tank.
And we're getting ready to.
I have 2, but I borrowed yours.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is my life. Chad Krotz just walked into drama. Good evening, y'all. Oh, the drama hasn't even started. Trust me. Still deciding whether I'm going to do that or not. Thanks for the quick answer. What should I tell my boyfriend about changing his filter cartridges every month? Oh, no, that's your boyfriend?
Oh.
Ooh. You should tell him to change them every month because that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, do that.
And just because I said I've let mine go over a month before, I don't have any hang on the back filters running right now. Actually, I do. Right there is one in the Lukop tank.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we call it, the Chris Lukop tank. Anyway, accept the loss and move on, John. What did I lose?
Oh, probably your tank.
Oh. Once again, here we go. This is the story of my life. Just accept it and move on. Angry Fish Sales has lemons. Okay, I will keep that in mind. It's way off. I mean, I don't know. I wish I knew when we're going to set those tanks up. I really don't know when it's going to be. I do know one thing. I'm going to show the whole process to y'all. I'm going to do a video in, it's probably going to be 3 weeks. It'll come out. That will be showing you what my plan is. Hopefully 3 weeks from now I'll have that plan. But I'm going to show you the whole process, including insulating the garage door and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to show it all. And that's something that I did not talk about, that I said I was going to talk about, which was the schedule. Folks, I have said it already multiple times. I am no longer going to be streaming on Sundays, just Thursdays. Hopefully she will be with me for every one of them, but sometimes she may not. And sometimes it might just be her. Who knows? Lucky for all y'all if that's what happens. But I'm going to upload my edited content on Sundays. So you're still going to get some John on Sundays. That's going to be mine. My stuff is going to upload on Sundays. We're working on getting her kind of a backlog of videos to where she can upload a video once a week too. We're not making any promises yet, but we don't know what day that's going to be yet that her videos are going to go up. Yeah. I've tried since coming back from my break multiple different times. I've done Fridays. That was terrible. I did Tuesdays. That worked out pretty good, but that was the FX6 video. And you put FX6 in the title, it's like putting Joey Mullen in the title. You're going to get a lot of views. So that video did well on a Tuesday, so maybe I'll do Tuesdays. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. So yeah, there we go. I've been on a fish buying spree. I bought a gold nugget Pleco and Colombian tetras for 55 gallon. Then I bought 4 dwarf puffers and 2 Hillstream loaches for my 20 long. Wow. Famous Jones is on fire. That is awesome. I love the dwarf puffers, and I know you do too.
I like the gold nugget Pleco.
And oh hell, yeah, of course. You just made me say a curse word. I love those fish, of course. I like the lemon Oscar tank idea. Just make sure you have a schooling fish, because people never do schooling fish with their Oscars. I was actually thinking of not doing that. I was actually thinking of just them. Alone. With maybe a big Pleco. Like, I have a Pleco in here. I don't know if you can see him. I don't know if he's in there. There. Is that him?
Yeah, he's over there. In the corner.
Oh, he's in the corner. He's right there. You'll see him fluttering around. So I'm thinking by the time we get the 240 set up, maybe he'll be big enough. Of course he'll be big enough, because we're going to buy the Oscars small. Put him in with the Oscars. I don't know if it's a him. I just call it a him, because they all look like boys, because they're so dinosaur looking. So yeah, the 4 lemons and a Pleco. I don't think I'm even going to have any decor in there. Probably talk to my friend down in Texas about a background, Jay Wilson. Talk to him about a background for that tank so that it's not just blue anymore. Bob Steenfot said he doesn't like blue backgrounds, and ever since then it's made me it makes me not like them either. Shame on Bob. He's a bad person, Bob Steenfot.
Have you seen his backgrounds?
I have, yeah. And they're very nice. I would never say that they're ugly like he did for my tank. But anyway, no, I'm just having some fun. That's what I'm thinking. A nice background, but that's a big background for that tank. And then 4 fish in it, and that's it. And the Pleco. Speaking of Plecos, do I even need to say anything about Steve Poland's video? I mean, because it's already got like 20,000 views in 24 hours. I mean, when I watched Steve Poland's video, I haven't seen him in here tonight. His video on the Pleco problem down in Florida somewhere. The second I watched that video, I said, I just watched his next viral video. And I even commented that, because it's like, this guy knows how to pick them. He knows how to make videos, and he knows the ones that are going to go viral. Good for him. Super happy for him, and it's an amazing video. If you haven't seen it yet, Steve Poland, just search that and watch his most recent video on the Plecos. It's startling. Did you watch it?
No.
You can admit it. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It is shocking.
I'm behind on videos. I watch what I can.
I'm telling you, folks, if you haven't seen it yet, watch it. It is shocking. These underwater clips that he shows, and they're everywhere. You got to watch it. It's crazy. How many males and females for convicts is a good breeding pair? Well, Jason, a pair would mean 2. So a male and a female. Let me tell you something. With convicts, I've badmouthed convicts. I've never badmouthed convicts, but what I did say was, back in the day, way before I took my break, so it would have been a couple of years ago, I actually said I am never going to answer another convict question again. But I'm going to go back on that rule because I like you and I want to help you out. Convicts breed like rabbits. They really do. So get a male, get a female, and leave it at that. Trust me, you will have babies. Just trust me on that. Lemon Oscars and silver dollars would look awesome. They absolutely would. Yes, they would. But 4 lemon Oscars by themselves would also look really good. I don't think anybody's going to convince me to do anything otherwise. I think that's That's really what it is that I have in my head.
I think it should be a variety.
Well, guess what it's going to be then, folks?
I'm just saying, I think that it should be a variety. I think that all the different color would be nice.
Oh, man. This thing just skipped again. I hate YouTube, Google. Why do you do this to me?
That's why you look at that one.
But I can't keep up with that one. I'm so far behind. And then I end up skipping people and they get upset with me and it really bothers me. And I try so hard not to do it. But, and Famous Jones is being mean to me now. I'll read that in a second. But I lost my place here, folks, and I'm sorry. But somebody was asking a question about plants, and it actually looked like a question that I could answer. And then I lost it. And then Dally Vigil asked if I could shout out his friend Manny. Manny, fist bump right there.
Yeah, fist bump.
You are shouted out. And that, for any of my vaping friends out there, that is a direct copy of Grim Green. He does that in his videos. He does a shout out and he does the fist bump. So yeah, I just copied another YouTuber that's a lot more successful on YouTube than me.
And I just followed him by doing it because I didn't know.
We just got the easiest question on the planet to answer. We didn't just get it. It came in a while ago.
Oh.
Rob Ensweiler said, headed to Baltimore, Maryland to visit family next week. What's the recommended fish shops there for oddballs or unique fish?
House of Tropicals.
House of Tropicals in Baltimore, Maryland. It's 50 feet from the airport. It's right there. It's my favorite fish store on the planet. So anybody that says anything about going to Baltimore, I'm going to tell you to go there. Oddballs, Africans, saltwater, discus, community fish, plants, every filter, every everything.
Oh,
Ponds.
I bought you a stingray from there for Valentine's Day.
Was it from there?
Yes.
Oh, wow. We've bought a lot of fish there, so I don't remember exactly every single one. But yeah, that's an amazing store, and it is our plan to go up there and do a full walkthrough video of it. So, but it's not going to be out by next week. So when you see it, you'll understand why I say what I say. It's not the most glamorous store. It's not like it's like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. It's nothing like that. But they have everything, and it's about the size of a PetSmart, but it's all fish.
Right.
It's huge. There's just aisles and aisles and aisles and aisles. It's incredible. I can't wait to do the video on it. And Famous Jones wanted to make sure I was aware that my head is much bigger in person than on video. And he thinks because he's a paid member that he can get away with whatever he wants. And that's just mean. I've had enough people being mean to me today that... John, your vape mod doesn't seem aggressive enough for a bald guy. Why is everybody being mean to me today? Look, first of all, vaping rookie. I don't want to hear anything from you about vaping, Corvus, because I don't want to hear anything about vaping from you. But no, this is very aggressive. I'm just not a big cloud chaser. Anyway, I'm lost here. I just lost it there for a minute. Joel just got me so frustrated. I soak fish food.
Go get him a maxi pad in a second.
Listen to you. I soak fish food with garlic sometimes for an immune boost. Nice.
That's a good idea.
And you know they'll eat it because they love the garlic. What can I use to control algae in my 125 cichlid tank? I've tried Plecostomus and they always get beat up. I've tried snails and they pick on them too. Cichlid tank, are we talking Africans? Are we talking South Americans? What are we talking about? It really shouldn't matter because my answer is still going to be the common Plecos or some good old-fashioned elbow grease. I am a huge fan of the common Pleco for diatom algae. Now, that's obviously not going to work in a heavily planted tank or something like that. But when it comes to diatom algae, they gobble it up like it's Fruity Pebbles. They love it. And I'm actually going to be doing a video on that. It would have been the video that I would put up this Sunday, but that daggone aquarium co-op had to go out and do a video about Plecostomus. It's like he knew that I was going to do that, and I'm just joking. But It just worked out that way. So I said, you know what? I'm going to wait a little bit on that. But yeah, that's what I always recommend to people. If they will go with the fish that you have, the Pleco. I mean, because what other, if you have cichlids, aggressive cichlids, what other algae eaters are you going to be able to put in there that can, for lack of a better word, take a better beating? I mean, bristlenose? Mm-mm. Ottos? No. So what are you going to do? Or just get in there and scrub it yourself, which is never any fun. Have you ever heard of a guppy having whiskers? If not, what do you think two long things coming out of its face could be? What should I do? On a guppy?
No.
Look at the both of our faces.
I don't know.
That's a new one to me. I have not heard of that. That would probably be a question more for Corey, because he's the guppy guy, or King Lee, maybe.
King Lee.
Would be the guy to ask that. That one's beyond me. I'm sorry. I can ask all the bald or vape, or I can answer all of the balding or vaping questions you want, but when it comes to whiskers on a guppy, that's a new one for me. What causes, here you go, this is for you. And I can't read the name. The last name's Peterson.
I can't see it.
What causes dark stripes on Discus? Simple. You know that.
Okay.
You're not going to answer it?
You told me to do it, so why should I? I'm just kidding. I do know that as far as when Discus get dark, a lot of times if they're not sick and they get dark, that has a lot to do with like substrate being dark or the background being dark. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. Now, if they get dark because they're sick, then that's another story. But then you're going to want to treat them and medicate them, quarantine them from the other fish. But if you just mean like dark spots and stuff, then usually, I mean, from my personal, what am I trying to say? I'm like having a brain toot here. Personal experience, whenever I've had my fish get dark and they're, usually just another color, like your marbles or something, and they start getting like black spots or something, their fins start getting dark. Sometimes that has to do with like your background being dark or your substrate. I'm not really sure if I'm answering your question right though, so I'm sorry.
And the only thing I would add to that is the fish stressed out? Is the fish sick? That would be the first thing that you should look for.
Well, yeah, if the fish is sick, they get dark too. There's two different reasons why.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Mr. B's Fish and Things says, oh, wow, just got notice. Really? At an hour after we started? That's weird. He is in that group with us. I've seen that mug on the Facebook group, the Team Green Alliance.
David Bowman answered that question better than me, and I appreciate that, David.
But he pretty much gave the exact same answer.
Yeah,
so that's good.
But, yeah.
David Bowen.
It sounded
Bowman.
better.
You and Lisa are thinking alike. I wonder if she's going to start making all of your decisions for you. Oh, here we go again. It just skipped again.
I see Rob's in the chat. Hi, Rob.
Which Rob?
Racing's Natural Aquarium.
We only know like 25 different Robs. Joel with the troll. Clouds, bruh. Yeah, I've never been into the clouds. I've just been into enough to make me satisfied, is all it is. So this is why you are the best. This one, not me.
Oh.
Not that I condone vaping, but anyone else find the sound of John vaping near the mic soothing? Aw, isn't that special?
Except first thing in the morning when
She
you're
doesn't
sleeping.
like it.
Gosh, that's so annoying.
She yells at me literally every day because my vape is on the nightstand and it's the first thing I do. Of course, any vapor knows why. I mean, it's the first thing I do. So she hates it and she complains every day about that. I don't know when she's going to get the hint that it's not going to stop. It's just not. Because if I can vape in bed, I don't have to get right out of bed. I can stay in bed. And if I have to get out of bed to vape, then I'll be getting out of bed early and then I'll be cranky and nothing ever goes right. when I'm cranky. So, but you know, Dally, I'd be happy to just sit here and vape while Lisa talks, and you know, you can just be soothed by the sound of the vape. Thank you both. I've been doing 40 to 50% water changes prior to dosing every 24 hours, sometimes every 12 hours. Wow. That is that's the person with the sick discus, I believe.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, you're doing your job. So good for you. Jimmy's laughing at us for something. Who knows what? I lost control of the chat, folks, on YouTube. So I've just gotten it all the way to caught up. And I'm sorry. If I missed y'all's questions, I'm very sorry about that. But you know, I'm sorry. It happens. So Aquarium Hobbyist for Life asked for subscribers, and the comment was immediately deleted by the system, not anybody else. So don't be offended. That's one of those things. YouTube doesn't like that. So, and I don't like it either. I like to say it. I like to say subscribe to people. I don't like people saying, you know what I mean? Oh, what are you going to do? Samir says it's good to see you and Lisa back. And Brian's Fish Tanks. That's Brian. You met him at the Aquatic Experience, Brian Dahlberg.
Yeah. Hi, Brian.
That's a good guy right there. And seen him quite a bit in the Team Green Alliance
Yeah.
group. I said the words Team Green Alliance a lot today because there was some drama that somebody's trying to pull me into. And
Really? I haven't been on there today.
not in that group. No. Another YouTuber's trying to get me riled up.
Oh, yeah.
And you definitely know about that one.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of embarrassed by it, to be honest with you, because I didn't know that it was going on, and things were said about me, and then I went up to that person at the Aquatic Experience not knowing that these things were said about me, and I was like, hey man, I've been wanting to meet you for a long time, and kind of looked like an idiot at that point. But you know, it is what it is. You know, no, you try so hard to be the nice guy, and sometimes people just won't accept that. They won't let you be the nice guy. They try to pull you down no matter what. And there you go. I'm not going to say anything more about it because I don't feel like getting all into it, because I don't do drama. I don't do it well. It bothers me a lot if I try to get pulled into drama, and because I don't want that. So I'm not going to give it the time of day anymore. I spoke to another YouTuber about it, and that person is actually in the chat, and I said, should I talk about it? And he said, ooh, I don't know. And he gave me some very good advice. And it was to take a deep breath and think about it. Think about what you would say. Think about what you would do. And then if you feel okay with what it is that you would say, then go for it. But otherwise, leave it alone. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it alone. There will be no tomfoolery on TGA. Yeah, Rob, this had nothing to do with the Team Green Alliance. Absolutely nothing to do with that. It had to do with an old group that I was involved with that was very similar to that one. And so I was making the comparisons. So that's why I said it to her 100 times, talking about it was just like the Team Green Alliance. I don't understand what the problem was. But yeah, there you go. It was nothing at all about the Team Green Alliance. You guys are doing great things over there. The drama actually does have to do with me trying to do the same thing that y'all are doing way back in 2015. And there was a couple of people that had a huge problem with it. And they decided to talk about it on YouTube. Like 2 weeks after I came back from my break. What are you going to do?
It's a good way to get views, though.
Well.
But that's why we won't say who it is.
I don't think so, because there's not a whole lot of views to that video. So my name doesn't draw a crowd like Joey's. You know, you put KG Tropicals in the title of your video, doesn't really help much. Sorry, folks, but it doesn't. We have somebody in here tonight Oh, God. Is this happening again? Am I going to fall for this bullshit again?
Watch your mouth.
I'm sorry. It makes me curse. Because there is somebody in the chat right now.
Is it Lou?
Yeah. That I haven't talked to in a very long time. And I used to really adore this person. Is it really the guy, or is it Bob Steenfott acting like this guy? Folks, we got to talk about this. This is not the drama I was talking about earlier, but
it's kind of funny stuff.
if you recall, the Sunday live streams were a place where two different YouTubers from the past made an appearance in the live streams. It was Cichlid Man 09 and The Rick made an appearance. And people have been saying for years, when are those guys going to come back? We love those guys. When are they going to come back? And then they make an appearance in my live stream. And I'm actually wondering now if either one of those were really the guys. Did you even know about the Rick? You were in there, right?
I'm the one that told you afterwards.
Oh, yeah. So with Forrest, Cichlid Man 09, when he came in, I think that might have been him. I'm not 100% sure. I've actually messaged him on Facebook, and he hasn't responded. But I think that might have been him. Not 100% sure. But the person the week after that was definitely not Rick. But somebody created a page to look just like him. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I also didn't know, I don't think Bob was the one that did the Rick. But when Bob was impersonating Lou 929, or not... IFG. Why? Why does this happen to me? I didn't know. And so I'm sitting here buying in the whole time thinking it's IFG talking about Bob. And stupid me, I didn't realize that. And with the Rick, I didn't either. It was like, hey, cool, you're here. I've been wondering where you've been. Glad to have you in the stream. I was excited about it. But, hand to forehead, I don't think that was actually him. It was Forrest for sure. Joel, you know that? I mean, I know y'all live probably close to each other. Do you know the guy? Was that really him? I need details here, Joel, because I know y'all at least live in the same state. And if you know something that I don't know, then I need you to tell me why he hasn't answered me on Facebook. And you tell him that I said he was a jerk for not answering me on Facebook. Because I messaged him. I said, hey, help me out here, man. Was that you or was it not you? Because I just didn't know. So Rob says, John, you're above all the BS. You're the man. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm not going to talk about it. I could go real far with it, but I'm not going to because I'm just not going to be pulled down. Good to see you. Oh, that's Lou9294 again. But I didn't read his message. Good to see you back doing videos and live chats. Blessings to you guys. Thank you, Lou. We've missed you. I don't know if you've even been gone and I just haven't seen you or what, but glad to have you here too. John, all the videos I've seen of you, I can't see you mad. You remind me of the old troll. Why you mad, bro? You're just staying calm all the time, enjoying life. I try to do that. I mean, she could tell you if I snap, there's a big reason why. I mean, it's gone to another level. If I boil over, it takes a lot to get under my skin. When it comes to YouTube, I don't care if people don't like me. I don't care. I want the subscribers and the viewers to like me. I don't care if other YouTubers dislike me. It's just whatever. But to go onto a video and make up stories about me, I have a problem with that. And that's exactly what happened with this particular situation. Somebody just basically making up stories about me and putting words in my mouth and stuff that just really, that burns me up if you're telling lies about me. If you don't like me, fine. Say you don't like me, but to make up stories about me and then, I don't like that. Can I mix convicts with other North and South American cyclists? And what's the best way of taking care of them? Convicts can go with other cichlids. They can be jackasses, though. Most people keep convicts kind of on their own. Because they're going to breed and they're become territorial and they're going to get nasty and all of that. Convicts are cool. Keep them by themselves. And I think I might have to say that's going to be the last convict question I'm ever going to answer again. Because they always pop up. But I like convicts. I think they're cute. Convicts were the very first fish I ever bred.
I'm not a fan of convicts.
Well,
I'm
fine.
just not. I really wasn't a fan of them in the store, but we had so many other fish, so that's probably why.
We never had them in the store.
Yes, we did.
Okay. The Fishy Mare Man says, I clearly don't watch these people. I watch who I feel holds the same ideals I do for the most part. You talking about us? Or are you saying you don't watch the people that we were talking about? I'm not quite sure. Because the Fishy Mailman, I see you all over the place. I hope you're not talking about us. I mean, if you are, I'm sorry that we come across that way. But this is my first live. Oh, Ben Elchart says, be drama free. I'm trying to, Ben. I'm trying so hard. This is my first live chat. Even my 10 and 8-year-olds are enjoying it. Cheers. Now, see, it's one thing to have adults watching, but to have kids watching, that's a whole nother level.
So
Caleb,
watch your mouth.
well, I know it happens. I'm sorry. Stay sucker free. I like that. Yeah. I mean, I try. I try. They just pull them on me. They pull me down. Where is a trusted dealer to buy cichlids from online?
We just answered that.
Yeah, we did answer that earlier. I'm not affiliated with anybody, not that that should matter. So I have no attachment to any company. So if I tell you who I like, then it's from the heart and it's who I have experience with. Live Fish Direct, Cichlid Shack, those are the ones that are online that I have experience with. But I do like Imperial Tropicals, and I will order from them someday. If they have lemon Oscars, I'll order them from them. How about that? He was in a tank with a female. Okay, I don't know what that's about. What's up? Sorry, I'm late. Well, Doug's Fish Adventure, we're glad to have you even if you're late. Try to be a little bit more punctual next week, though. Since John cussed, are we allowed to use swear words in chat?
See,
Not that
bad
I would
example,
or anything.
Bad example.
Listen, I have a potty mouth. Joel Corvus Oskin can tell you. She could tell you. Anybody that's ever been with me in person could tell you. It's hard to not do it, especially when you're mad about something. But no, let's keep it G-rated, even though this guy can't keep it G-rated. I like to be able to have the kids with us. Did you see it, Skip? Now you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'll tell him he's a jerk for you. He's a great fella. He was joking around. Who are you talking about, Nisi? Are you...
Luke. No.
Who's Nisi talking about? He's a great fella. He was joking around. I mean, I know you live like in Alaska, which is closer to Washington than us. But are you talking about Forrest? You'll tell Forrest he's a jerk for me? Jimmy says you wouldn't like it when he's angry. That's true. John Smash. That's a Hulk reference. I love it. KG Tropicals is my first channel to inspire me to keep cichlids. And then Lisa made me buy Discus. How perfect is that? Have you ever breeded frontosas? We tried. We never got them to breed successfully. We had holding females, but it never amounted to anything. Jimmy says, YouTube reduces monetization by 2/3 for the video if you swear in it. You potty mouth. Hey, I mean, you know what? I'm sorry, folks. I'm really sorry.
I'm going to go get you a bar soap.
I mean, there's a couple of YouTuber streamers that they light a fire with their mouth. I let one slip and everybody's giving me crap. I mean, geez. Haven't I gotten enough crap today? Haven't been making videos lately. I was sick for a while and then I recovered. Now I'm back playing music. Don't do many fish videos, but I will be doing some soon. That's from Lou9294. Yeah. Awesome to hear that you're doing better, and so glad to have you back. I was gone too, but it wasn't for a good excuse like that. It was just, mental break. You're just the best. Aww. You're awesome, man. See, these are all people trying to make me feel better because of that drama, and I appreciate it very, very much because it did bother me. I don't like when people tell lies about me. Can we tell awesome lies about you like you have a third arm hidden that helps with water changes? Oh, you don't know where I could go with that, but we have to keep it G-rated. If you want to tell fun stuff like that, you certainly can. But to make up stories about me, then we have a problem. Can I mix okay, that's already been asked. I'm I am African and Native American. My desire is to introduce this hobby to more African American women. This hobby is a way of life. That's
awesome.
Is a very cool statement. I can tell you this. I go into a lot of African American homes. I go into a lot of Middle Eastern homes. I go into a lot of Asian homes doing what I do for a living. I go in an average of like 8 to 10 homes per day. And I live in an extraordinarily diverse area. And I've seen quite a few fish tanks in African American homes. Only women? I don't know. But I've seen quite a few in African American households. I think probably for the most part they would be the husband's tanks, and they're usually, big giant tanks. But yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's awesome. To get more people, I don't care what race they are, to get more people in this hobby is a beautiful thing, and I applaud anybody that's going to do that. I had a convict that was a beast. He lived with 3 red belly piranha. He would go heads up to them and poke them in the eyes, and they would run.
Because those convicts are jerks.
They are jerks. But the other thing I've noticed about piranha, too, I mean, I just know this from the Discovery Channel, if it was a school, then that convict would have been in trouble. But, 2 or 3, maybe not. I've had a piranha before. 1, it was the most boring fish I ever had in my life, and I will never have one again. I had to cross the border into Maryland because they're illegal to buy in Virginia. And I had to cross the border, and I bought it, and I snuck it back over the border into Virginia, and I hated it. I got rid of it because it was really boring. They're nice looking, and they look intimidating, but they just sit there and they don't do anything. The people you were talking about, KG Tropicals, not you, John. The people. Oh, okay. Thank you, Candy, for clearing that up. Yeah, that means a lot. And I think he actually explained that. Let me get back to it. The Fishy Mailman sent a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. No, for clarification purposes, it was them while you were talking about it. Keep being awesome, the both of you. Thank you for clearing that up. I do appreciate it. You didn't have to give money with it, but that means a lot. Thank you. And you know what? I'm not trying to spread the drama. This is why I don't say names of people that this is all about and all of that. It's not my thing. I'm not into it. But thank you for clearing that up. I don't need to bring any other drama to other people. Hopefully maybe that person will see this and will say, I know he's talking about me, and, maybe we can have a talk about it. Who knows? Maybe that'll happen.
Would be the right thing to do.
I don't think I've sent one to him I got it. Okay.
Nisi is Google Inc. Ha ha ha.
John's so far behind he doesn't know I'm Google Inc. That's funny. This one's leaning on the desk, which means she's tired. I'm tired too. I was, again, yawning. Did I say 3 curse words? I didn't say 3 curse words. I said 1, didn't I?
It was more than 1.
Oh, what are you going to do? Not fish related, but sitting here and you two make a cute couple. Now back to the fish chat.
Oh, thank you.
That is very nice of you. It's very nice to hear coming from a nasty Cowboys fan.
Wait.
That was Rob that said that.
Oh, thanks, Rob.
Meet up with Joey, please, buddy. Also Q&A with Mr. Mullen. I mean, Joey lives in another country from us. I can't call him up and be like, hey, man, you want to meet at Starbucks on Friday? It doesn't really work like that. But I've met Joey a couple times in person. I don't oppose doing that. The hard part is when you do get him in person, he's 150 miles an hour. He never stops. And it's like, where'd he go? He's kind of like Bob Steenfott. You're talking to him, and then you turn, and you look back, and he's gone. So it's tough. But I had Joey on my podcast, which the podcast is actually on the YouTube channel. You can go back and listen to that. I did a big interview with him about filtration.
A few years ago.
I mean, it was like...
Yeah, it was wild.
It was at least 2014, maybe? Might be 15. It was a long time ago. But they're on YouTube. Lou9294, another guy that said, you know what? I want to give these people money. I don't want to say anything about it. I just want to give them money. So thank you, Lou. Very glad to have you back. Not just because you put money in our Christmas fund, but because you're a good guy, and we're glad to have you back. I know you said no convict questions. Here we go. But I've heard of color morphs in the species. Is this true? I've only ever seen the striped ones in persons. There are pink ones. There's pink convicts, and they're really cute.
Those are the ones we had at the fish store.
See, now I'm going to say no. I don't remember having either one of them.
Yeah, we did.
Maybe.
I actually picked them out. I went to G&G and I picked them out, and I was like, I guess we'll have some convicts.
On that note, on the G&G note, there was a local distributor here, folks, that we used to go to buy aquarium supplies that we would sell at the shop. And we would also buy some community fish and stuff like that. And we found out a couple weeks ago that they shut down too. And that's just so sad. It's like the whole industry is going down, and it's very, very sad. Our favorite store down in Virginia Beach shut down.
It did it, really?
Animal Jungle? Yeah, that was like 5 years ago. Creatures and Critters shut down.
That's right, it did.
We shut down. That's because we were dumb. I mean, it's very sad. When you hear about distributors shutting down, that's when it's really, really sad. Because
that was fun. That was me fish shopping for our fish store. I would go and pick out all the betas and the guppies and the goldfish and just everything except African cichlids. We didn't get African cichlids there. We got those from Florida, but it was so much fun. It really was. That was my fish shopping fun.
she actually used to make a big deal out of it. Like, she loved doing that.
I wouldn't order them and have them delivered. I would go handpick all my fish out because I wanted the best ones for the store, and I miss those days. But not enough to open up another store.
But for okay, I don't know what's going on here. John and Lisa are the king and queen of fish keeping. There is actually a king and queen channel, so we can't take that title. There is a king. It's king and queen cichlids. So they've already taken that, so we can't take it. But thank you for that comment.
We're the OG.
Well, but that's the first time anybody's ever said king and queen of us. What are we the original of?
Being here first.
Yeah, because we are literally the very first YouTube channel that was ever created is ours.
You know what I mean.
You, Corey, and Joey are my inspiration for me or us to be put in the same category as those guys.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. That's really cool. Aquarium hobbyist for life. Thank you for that. That's a huge compliment. I don't think I'm in the same league as those guys, but it's very much appreciated that you would think that. It means a lot. Oh, well, thanks for the help. Haha. Did I... caps and all. What? I don't understand what's going on there. Sorry, Aquariums with Ty. I hope I answered your question because my inspiration is nature. Oh, well, thanks for the help. I don't know if I missed it. I'm sorry. These things, they scroll so fast. I know my chat doesn't move like Corey's does, but it's hard to keep up with, and I'm sorry. I just know that House of Tropicals has been in Maryland for over 50 years, unless they have another chain in Florida at one time. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I know House of Tropicals is awesome, and I love that place. Have you ever kept lilupi or lemon cichlids? That's how I say it anyway, lilupi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Is that the same one you're talking about? I don't know. Can I keep them in a 35 with Shelleys? I don't know anything about lemon cichlids. Or is that what they call the lilupi? That's what I call them, lilupi. Can you keep them in Shelleys? Yeah, because they're kind of in the same league. Candy says, try modding a Corey chat. Yeah, I can't even imagine. I watch that and I get dizzy. I'm like, how does he even do it? I don't even know how he does it. My favorite local fish store is downsizing to another location. It stinks. Yeah, see, I mean, it's sad. The whole industry that's happening to. And, I noticed that. I know nobody wants me to talk about vaping here, but that's happening with vaping too. One of Jesse's stores shut down. I mean, it's happening in a lot of industries. And it's because so many industries are going online. And it just is what it is. And I hate that, but it's true. Will you be going to Aquashella next year in Dallas? That's the first person that's asked, and we knew that question was coming. This is what I will say. We want to. That's what we will say. I hope it happens. I don't know for certain that it will. We've had some things transpire in the last month or so that might keep us from going. I might be in jail. No, I'm kidding. It's not anything like that. But I don't know. I don't know that we will have the funds to do it. But if we have the funds to do it, we will be there because we had so much fun at Aquatic Experience. We want to be there. We will go to Aquatic Experience in 2019. Yes. Dally Vigil just asked about that. That's a guarantee because we don't have to buy plane tickets and all that kind of stuff. So we will absolutely be there. And I want to do at least one of the Aquashellas. They're doing supposed to be Chicago and Dallas. So I would really, really like to be at one of those. Candy doesn't know what she's doing. She closes her eyes and clicks. No, Candy is a blessing for anybody that does YouTube live streams. I mean, it just is. How about the ACA here in New England in 2019, hosted by Club? What's the ACA? There's been some thought put into that too. And the Big Fish deal is like 45 minutes from us. So we'll probably go up there for a day too. We'll see. You know what? I mean, we both have demanding lifestyles. We both work jobs. And it's not easy to go to every single one of these things. But, you know, if we could, we absolutely would.
Well, I'm going to the Caribbeans in April, so.
Yeah. For a bachelorette party. How about that?
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Where's the baby going to be?
With you and David.
Oh, God help us. Aquatic Experience is October 11th to the 13th, and the rooms are selling out fast. We got to get in that Embassy Suites. We cannot be in that dump we were in last time.
That was the worst. It was so disgusting.
Okay, so sorry to repeat the question. Any recommendation for foods to grow out pigeon-based golden discus fry? Pigeon-based golden discus fry. The mom turned orange from red pigmented food. Want to keep the offspring yellow, though. The discus questions are for you. The African cichlid questions are for me.
I get that, but I mean, honestly, right now, all I'm feeding my discus are the cobalt flakes and bloodworms. What is that food that?
But if they're fry, another good idea would be the brine shrimp.
Is it
frozen brine shrimp?
No, there's that flake I've been hearing about that Corey has that I really want to get. It's
Sarah?
Sarah, yes. I'd love to try that out. So.
Is the stream? Oh, it's back to green again. I think we might have stalled out there for a minute, but it has been an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
So we probably should start shutting this down. That process usually takes several minutes for me. Have you seen the arowana video on Michael's Fish Room channel? Amazing, full of them. No, I have not seen that, but I will check it out because I love arowanas. I love arowanas. I'm going to hound you guys coming to the ACA. I mean, if it's in New England, that's driving distance. So very possible that could happen. And we don't have to go the whole weekend. Vibra Bites, haven't tried them yet, but I will. I'm not afraid of using Hikari foods. Some people are crazy and they, refuse to use Hikari foods. I'm not one of those people because I've been using Hikari foods for 25 years. So don't leave, you guys. The longer the live, the better the time. Now, Hartford, Connecticut. Yeah, that's just one more state from New Jersey, right? So that's not that bad. Yeah, we could probably do that.
That's not bad at all.
I can't guarantee it, but and when did he say it is?
Yeah, when is it?
When is the ACA? He said it already. Let's see. It just says 2019. Well, when is it, Rymac? Tell us what month it is. And then we got to start getting off of here. Our local fish store has started carrying native species like bluegill, crappies, largemouth bass, walleye, muskies, and perch. Wow. That's cool. I mean, that's something different. I mean, do they just go out in the backyard and catch them and bring them in? That's pretty cool.
Well, Candy's going to Dallas for Aquashella, so we have to go. We have to go. We have to.
But it's Dallas.
No one said we had to watch football. There's not even going to be football going on, so it's okay.
There's going to be a lot of stars.
It doesn't matter. Close your eyes. Don't look at the stars.
So the ACA is in July in Connecticut. So that would be Dallas in March, Connecticut in July, New Jersey in October. That's a lot. And then Maryland whenever the big fish deal is. Oh, wow. Okay, listen, folks. So we got to shut this down here tonight. Sorry to kind of go a little bit on the whole little drama thing. Like I said, I could have gone a lot farther on that, but I just don't want to because I just don't want to. So, but thank you for sticking with me through that and not bailing on us over that. But why does this happen with this guy that puts up? Is this guy like a dummy or something? I think he pretty much does that in every live stream. And nobody likes it, dude. Puts up like 25 messages in a row. I mean, was he stupid or something? But anyway, here I am sitting here talking the whole night about I just try to be the nice guy, and I'm calling that guy stupid. But if you put up 18 messages in a row, that's a stupid thing to do. So you deserve to be called stupid. But anyway, thank you, Candy, for handling that because, come on. I mean, anyway. I appreciate everyone very much for hanging out. I know it's been a mess tonight, and it looks like the stream is crapping out on us here too. So hopefully, and now Lisa's saying to Candy, she's typing it right now on her phone, telling Candy that we'll go. So I guess that means we're going, Candy. So anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out. Be looking for my video this Sunday. I will be putting out a video. And it'll be my first Sunday video, which will be every Sunday after that. And then we're going to be bringing her some videos too. I just don't know exactly when that's going to be. So be looking forward to that. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. And I'll let you have the last word.
Well, I'm just going to say good night. And it was great being on the live stream tonight. Have a great night.